YouTube. This is Charles, Wildcat Willie's older brother, back working on the combine. I'm going to begin to prepare for putting the exhaust back on the combine so that we can test run it. This is the original elbow, comes off of the manifold straight down and then right back up. I'm going to go to the parts combine and retrieve the other exhaust. We need one more of these brackets that have come off the side, and I'm just going to get the whole exhaust pipe and bring it over. This is the one outside all along the hopper, and that way we'd have plenty of parts to pull from, and then when we're done, just scrap what we don't use. When you start putting everything back together, this space here starts closing up pretty quick. That cast elbow comes around here, heads up through here, the exhaust pipe, over to that bracket, and then out of the combine. Comes out of that hole right there, makes a 90-degree turn, goes down over the decal that says 300. You can see where the mounting brackets have broke. We're going to re-weld those back in, and they were using bale wire there, farmer's best friend. So that's what we're working on. Now we'll go look at the parts combine. Now here is our donor combine. I picked this combine up over by Shelbyville, Illinois. It was in a barn, and I really believe it was a pretty low-hourd machine. The tires on it are like new. We're going to be using the bars out of the concave for the one we're working on. They show very little wear. But the problem was I would have kept this unit and I would have probably rebuilt it. But the problem with it was a man wanted it out of the barn, and he literally took his bale spear and shoved it right up the back of the combine, smashed the back end all up, destroyed the walkers, picked it up, pushed it out of the shed. I had seen it there, probably for 3 or 4 years and never stopped in, and I guess he wanted it out of the shed. Next time I went by, I seen it was out in the pasture with the rear end all crumpled. It had a perfect rear end and would have made a good combine. I have taken parts of it off of it for many years for the other ones, and when I'm finished with this one, it will probably be leaving so we can get the shed space. I do, if at all possible, not everybody can, like to keep my parts machine inside. It's easier to get the parts off of. Plus, I've always wanted to protect this rice tires on here. I don't know that I ever need them, but I mean, it just had a nice set of rubber on it and was a good combine. We're going to get the exhaust off. This is the way the exhaust is meant to be mounted, and you can see it still has its problems also. You can see here how the exhaust goes up and around, and that's what we're shooting for on the one we're rebuilding. You can see how it starts coming up over the motor and getting in the way of like your alternator, things like that, and then coming out the combine over there. Okay, I have the mufflers retrieved out of the old combine, and it's not worth using. The only piece I'm finding on both pipes that is any good is this piece coming from the cast iron elbow. Those could be reused. I'm going to sandblast those tomorrow and test their integrity with a heavy sandblast. If you don't know the integrity of the metal, sandblast it heavy and hard. It'll either pinhole or it'll be solid, and then you'll know how to proceed. The rest of the two pieces I'm going to have made, this piece here and the 90-degree turn that goes down along the side of the hopper. I wanted to give you some advice, what I found on retrieving old combines and machinery out of sheds that have been sitting for years. This combine was covered, I mean covered, almost like a cocoon with these things. I would say thousands of them. So this pile alone was in the 90-degree turn of this combine. So if you go out and you try to just get one running, this had already broken off, so I could get it running without having to worry about it. But if you go out and try to get one running, you got to check your exhaust pipes for these things, and you've got to check your air intake, where the filter is, the pipe coming up out of the hood. Very important. Those things will be completely blocked off, and you will be scratching your head why you can't get things running. So that being said, we're finished here for today. We did retrieve our exhaust brackets that we need to put along the hopper to keep the pipe off of the hopper, and we will cut this one and drill out those spot welds and then be able to mount it correctly to the hopper. And I'm going to show you a reason in the next video why those fail and what we're going to do about it. So here we are, we're moving forward with the exhaust. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.